Friends, welcome back in this video session of heat transfer subject. In today's video lecture, we will try to cover basics things related to heat exchanger. My name is Mr. S.V. Kumbar, Assistant Professor, Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Yadra, Ichalkaranchi. So as the name indicates, heat exchanger, it exchanges heat between two fluids. So, heat exchanger can be defined as it is an equipment which transfer heat energy from a hot fluid to cold fluid with maximum rate and minimum investment and running cost. So, in heat exchanger, the temperature of both the fluid changes as it passes through heat exchanger, and hence the temperature of dividing wall between the fluids also change along with the length of heat exchanger, right? So heat exchanger can also be defined as a piece of equipment built for efficient heat transfer from one medium to another medium. So heat exchanger is a piece of equipment built for efficient heat transfer from one medium to another medium, and these are widely used in many mechanical engineering applications such as space heating, refrigeration and air conditioning, power plant, chemical plant, petrochemical plant, petroleum refineries, natural gas, sewage treatment, milk chillers in pasteurization plant, a regenerator, automobile radiator, boilers, condenser, evaporator, and in sugarcane industry. So first of all, we will classify heat exchanger. So depending upon many criteria, heat exchanger can be classified. So first one, on the basis of nature of heat exchange process, means whether it is a direct type or indirect type. In direct contact type heat exchanger, or we can call it as mixed flow type heat exchanger, in which exchange of heat takes place by direct mixing of hot fluid and cold fluid, and transfer of heat and mass takes place simultaneously. These heat exchanger are widely used where mixing of two fluid is harmless and desirable. For example, cooling towers and jet condenser. In cooling tower, hot water, that is condensate from thermal power plant, that is hot water from condenser, it directly mixed with cold water which is coming from cooling tower, it directly mixed and heat exchange takes place between two fluids. But in indirect contact type of heat exchanger, the transfer of heat between two fluids can be carried out by the transmission through wall which separates the two fluids. There are two types of this type of heat exchanger, that is a regenerator. Regenerator is also called as transient heat flow heat exchanger, where hot fluid and cold fluid pass alternately through a space containing a solid material. Means we have to remove heat energy from hot fluid. So first of all, hot fluid is passed through a matrix, a solid matrix. Heat is stored in that solid matrix. After that, cold fluid is passed. So in a regenerator, hot and cold fluid passes alternately so that heat exchange takes place. The biggest advantage of regenerator is high heat transfer coefficient. Okay. Also, small bulk weight, quick response to load variation. These are the few another advantages of regenerators. Next one is a recuperator, which is one of the sub classification of indirect type of heat exchanger. These are the most important type of heat exchanger in which the flowing fluid exchanges heat on either side of dividing wall. These heat exchangers are widely used when two fluids cannot be allowed to mix, or when mixing is undesirable. For example, automobile radiator, condenser, intercoolers, and evaporator. You might have seen automobile radiator in which hot water coming out from engine, it flows through a coil, and that coil is provided with fin. When engine is started, fan is also started along with crankshaft. Fan draws air from atmosphere and it is allowed to flow over radiator coil. So in this, direct mixing is not desirable, so that's why it is one of the type of recuperator, which is also known as steady state heat flow, right? So next, according to flow arrangement, on the basis of relative motion of fluid motion, that is parallel flow heat exchanger. The figure shows parallel flow heat exchanger, right? So it is the heat exchanger in which both the fluid flows in the same direction. Red color is hot fluid and blue color is cold fluid. So in parallel flow type of heat exchanger, the two fluids, that is hot fluid and cold fluid, travel in the same direction. They enter at one end and leave at other end. The temperature difference between hot and cold fluid goes on decreasing from inlet to outlet as it moves parallel to each other and in the same direction. That's why the temperature difference between hot and cold fluid goes on decreasing from inlet to outlet. But one of the drawback of this parallel flow type of heat exchanger is that it needs large area of heat transfer, so they are rarely used. Counter type of heat exchanger. In counter flow heat exchanger, the fluid, that is hot as well as cold fluid in opposite direction, right? So in the figure also it is shown red color flows in downward direction, at the same time cold fluid flows in opposite direction. The hot and cold fluids enter at opposite ends. The temperature difference between two fluids remain more or less nearly constant. This heat exchanger gives maximum heat transfer rate for the given surface area, hence these are favored in industries. Cross flow heat exchanger. In cross flow heat exchanger, the two fluids cross one another in a space generally at right angles. The best example that I had mentioned earlier, automobile radiator. In automobile radiator, as the hot water flows through coil, at the same time air flows at right angles to that coil. So it is one of the best example of cross flow heat exchanger. One more example I would like to mention here, that is condenser of refrigerator. In domestic refrigerator, generally condenser is provided at the rear side. You might have seen that black colored coils, that is the condenser. So over that condenser, air flows at right angles. So it is one of the example of cross flow heat exchanger. So some other types of heat exchanger on the basis of design and constructional feature, concentric tube heat exchanger, it is also known as double pipe heat exchanger or tube in tube heat exchanger, in which two concentric tubes are used, each carrying one of the cold fluid or hot fluid. So try to imagine one tube is enclosed over another tube. So both the tube carries fluids. The direction of flow may be parallel or counter as per the application. These are most widely used in many sizes and different flow arrangement in industry. Next one, shell and tube heat exchanger. These are also called as surface condenser, in which heat exchanger or heat exchange takes place from one of the fluid flowing through a bundle of tube enclosed by a shell, and other fluid is forced through shell and it flows over outside surface of tube. The heat transfer takes place as fluid flows through the tubes and other fluid flows outside the tubes through the shell. The baffles are most commonly used on shell side to create turbulence and to keep uniform spacing between the tube. One more example, that is compact heat exchanger, or it is also known as plate type heat exchanger. These are special purpose heat exchanger and have large heat transfer surface per unit volume of the heat exchanger. They are generally employed when the convective heat transfer coefficient associated with one of the fluid is much smaller than associated other fluid. Depending upon physical state of fluid, heat exchanger can be also classified as condenser as an evaporator. In condenser, the condensing fluid remains at constant temperature throughout the exchanger, while other fluid temperature gradually increases from inlet to outlet. The hot fluid loses latent part of heat which is accepted by cold fluid. But on the other hand, in evaporator, the cold fluid, that is boiling, remains at constant temperature, while the temperature of hot fluid generally decreases from inlet to outlet. Right? Few more types of heat exchanger are plate and shell heat exchanger, adiabatic wheel heat exchanger, plate fin heat exchanger, pillow plate heat exchanger, fluid heat exchanger, waste heat recovery units, dynamic scraped surface heat exchanger, direct contact heat exchanger, heating, ventilation and air conditioning air coils, spiral heat exchanger. So this is the figure of double pipe heat exchanger. It is also known as concentric tube or tube and tube, as I had earlier mentioned. So red colored and blue colored part is shown here. A red colored part indicates that it's a hot fluid and blue colored indicates that it's a cold fluid. Biggest advantage is cheap for both the design and maintenance, but the major disadvantage, low efficiency and requires more space. This is double pipe heat exchanger, or it is also known as tube and tube heat exchanger or concentric tube heat exchanger. So double pipe heat exchangers, as I mentioned earlier, it is used in pasteurization, digester heating, heat recovery units, preheating, effluent cooling. Shell and tube heat exchanger. So one of these tubes contains the fluid that must be either heated or cooled, and the second fluid runs over the tube that are being heated or cooled so that it can either provide the heat or absorb the heat required. So the figure shows shell and tube heat exchanger, and these are used for high pressure application above 30 bars. Okay, so this figure indicates that it's a straight tube heat exchanger, 1 pass, 2 pass, U tube heat exchanger, in 1 pass tube heat exchanger, fluid flows only once. Means if you observe tube side fluid, it flows over the coil and it goes out. But in the 2 pass, this fluid is allowed to flow twice. That's why it is known as 2 pass heat exchanger. And in the U tube heat exchanger, the inlet and outlet for cold fluid or the tube side fluid is at same side. That's why it forms a U shape. Shell and tube heat exchangers are used in cooling of hydraulic fluid, cooling of engine oil, cool or heat swimming pool water or charged air. This is plate type heat exchanger. It is composed of multiple thin, slightly separated plates that have very large surface area and fluid flow passage for heat transfer. Generally, at 4 corners, fluid passages are provided, and these are collected together to form a heat exchanger. On either side of this plate, hot fluid and cold fluid flows. So on one side, in the figure also it is shown, a red color indicates that hot fluid at lowest left corner, hot fluid enters and it flows over one side of each plate, which is shown, and on a remaining side cold fluid flows, so that heat transfer takes place through a plate, right? And these plates are mostly often spaced by a rubber seal gasket, which are cemented into section around the edge of the plates. The plates are processed to form troughs at right angles to the direction of flow of the liquid, which runs through the channel in the heat exchanger. So this is the plate type heat exchanger, which is mostly common used in industry. So number of plates are used so that overall heat transfer rate can be increased. These plates can be replaced after getting corroded. This is the biggest disadvantage of this plate type heat exchanger. If the temperature difference to be acquired is to be increased, then it can be done by adding more plates. Applications: water heaters, cooling tower isolation, free cooling, waste heat recovery, heat pump isolation, thermal storage. Spiral heat exchanger. A spiral heat exchanger, that is abbreviated as SHE, it is in the form of helical coils. These are efficient to use in space and this can be cleaned directly. A spiral heat exchanger is a coil tube with two channel coiled one over another. These two channels operate in counterflow arrangement, offering excellent turn down ratio while optimizing the flow pattern, which in turn influences. So this is the spiral coil heat exchanger. So red color part indicates that hot fluid flows in the form of coils. At the same time, blue color, that is 2, at the 2, blue color, dark blue color, water enters, that is cold fluid enters and it flows to the center and it leaves out. So it requires less passage, less floor area. And the application: pasteurization in dairy, recuperator, that is an exhaust and air handling system. In case of air conditioning system, sludge treatment, that is thermal depolymerization. So for this video lecture we will stop here. Thank you very much.